Hello and welcome to today's video. In this video today, what I thought I'd do is talk about the common issues when students or clients look to interpret the skills occupation list and what are some of the challenges. Because what I find is a lot of students get stuck or don't quite understand what it is that they're looking for, can affect their career and impact their life for the future, not just for them, but for their family. So stay tuned and let's go through it. On my screen, what you'll find is the page to the Department of Home Affairs, to Immigration and Citizenship. Now, if you're looking for the link, you'll find it here at the top of my screen. Otherwise, I will also add this link in the comments section below if you're watching on YouTube, or please, if you do watch on YouTube, there it is right there. And some of the common issues that I find that my clients make is that when they come to the skills occupation list, they're always looking for things like, well, what is it that's going to get me the closest to PR? Now, I understand that this may be one option for you, but coming through an education pathway may not always be the easiest. If you have a look here, under the skills occupation list, there are a number of different type of visa subclasses that you can consider, right? But the one common mistake that I see, or common mistakes that I see, is that although when the students do complete their qualification, they do tend to apply for this temporary graduate visa. Now that's fine, but if you come down here and you put a search in for a particular type of qualification and the visa type, you'll find that sometimes where the students get mixed up is when they identify that the qualification or the area is on the skilled shortages. So let's say, for example, accountant. And so we come and have a look here. We've got the different type of descriptions, the occupation. So we've got accountant, we've got the code, we've got the visa types, we've got the list. So that represents the medium to long-term skills list. And then we've got the authority or assessing authority. Now, what the assessing authority is they are an organization or organizations that focus on the skills migration side of things. So they are the ones that assess you for skills assessment. If you have a look up here, there's some information in reference to the ANZCO codes, what the acronyms mean. So the medium and long-term strategic skills list, short-term skills list, and so forth, regional, those kind of things. So they are there for you to have a look at. But the other thing that students tend to forget about is these numbers at the start represent something. And what they tend to represent is anything that has a 1 or a 2 number in front of it means that this particular type of occupation requires some form of a degree or above. Let's say cook. So this number 3 means that it's a vocational program. So that means you can apply for TAFE or for a private school institution that will run these particular programs. And that sort of gives you an idea of the difference. So 1 and 2 is a degree or an above. 3 or below tends to be some form of vocational program. So if I was to, for example, have a look here, one of the most popular courses that students tend to apply for is hospitality for commercial cookery. But what you'll find here is that this is on the short-term list. When the program is on the short-term list, it can be a little bit more difficult to apply for PR in the future. And so if you are looking for programs, you are really looking for medium to long term, not the short term. And this assessing body is TRA. So let me just quickly click on this link with the number, and let me explain to you what that means. So if I go to here, This means that this is a group category under the Australian New Zealand classification of occupations. And one of the things that students tend to forget about is looking at what kind of background or what type of experience you need in the future to apply for some of these other visas. So here you can see indicative skills level. Most occupations in this group have a level of skills commensurate with the qualification and experience outlined below. In Australia, an Australian qualification framework level of Certificate 3, including at least 2 years of on-the-job training, or Certificate 4. Now that's from an Australian point of view. From a New Zealand point of view, it is a level 4 qualification. So what does it mean by 3 years of experience? At least 3 years of relevant experience may substitute for the formal qualification listed above. So the qualification can help you, but having the experience is really important as well. In some instances, relevant experience and or on-the-job training may be required in addition to the formal qualification. So if you're thinking of just coming to Australia, you do not have a background in that qualification, you need to also look at how can you get on-the-job experience as well. So this breaks down what the tasks include in that particular qualification as well. So it's really important to, when you're looking at the occupations up here, that you also look at what the ANZCO Code requirements are. The visa shows what type of visa options you may have available to you, and then whether the list is on the short-term list or the medium-term list or a regional list. What a regional list means is that the employers in Australia are finding it hard to find employees in that particular area. So we're talking about sort of like remote or country areas where it is employers are finding it difficult to find employees in that area. And the good thing about that is that means that there is an opportunity for you if you're willing to relocate to a regional area for a number of years. Now, what the assessing authority is this is the body that assesses your skills migration. So let's say, for example, you have a Trades Recognition Australia. They're one of the bigger organisations that undertakes the skills recognition. There are other bodies, like we saw in the accounting one. There is CPA Australia. There is Vet Assess is another common one. And what they do is they help you with your skills migration. So here you can see that they have TSS skills assessment programs and those kind of things as well. So always makes it always a good idea to have a look at this and keep up to date with the relevant information. So because the reason for that is if I go back a step, it means that if you have a specific qualification, like for example, the cook, as we looked at earlier, if you feel that you've got the relevant experience, rather than trying to look at an opportunity of looking to apply for another course where you may already have experience in, you may be better off to actually apply directly for skills migration. What it does is it helps you in a number of ways. It could mean, one, you're not wasting additional years in studying if you have the experience in that field. Two, it means that it may be a easier pathway towards getting PR in the future. And three, it may reduce the time frame if that's what you're looking for to get PR in the future. So there's some of the things to consider as opposed to looking to study, then trying to hedge your bets and going into a graduate visa, and then trying to get the skills and those kind of things as well. So things to think about for your future, and you really need to sort of make sure that you write down all your pros and cons to what it is that you're looking for. At the end of the day, for me, as an education agent, I'm more than happy to assist you with student applications. But at the same time, if you're kind of a bit stuck and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life? What can I do? I'm actually offering a new program that I'm running in the new year, which is a career management program. And this is going to be open to probably around January next year. It is a paid program, and it's a program to help you to design your career and to help you to be successful in the future as well. But that is a paid program. If you are looking at just needing help with applications for institutions, I'm more than happy to book an appointment with yourself and talk to you about that. That I still do not charge for. And if you found this video helpful, please give us the thumbs up and please subscribe so you can stay in touch with what's happening and pick up these little tips about some of the things you can think about, because it is a big step to move to a new country, especially if you're looking to come to a country for PR and you want to do it right rather than trying to take shortcuts. But if it's a career that you're looking at developing in the future, please hit me up and I'd be more than happy to help. I'll talk to you soon.